I'm Bob Hallmark. I'm at the Gregg County Courthouse today. We're talking about summertime and the imminent danger of fire and burn bans. Now, a lot of people think we may have caught a break during the July period because it was so wet. That's not necessarily true, because that growth from that water has actually created fuels that are coming into play now. And we've had some instances already. Now, let's talk a little bit about what fire departments are doing and preparing themselves for, as well as what the fire marshal's office is doing to monitor conditions that would create a situation where we would have fire danger warnings or possibly even burn bans. And joining us now is Battalion Chief Dusty Burks. And now tell me a little bit about, I guess you guys are in preparedness right now.
We are. So as a fire department, as a City of Longview Fire Department, we prepare for this on an annual basis because we know this is coming. We know it's coming every year. Things that we do is we'll staff up some of our wildland response trucks when needed, when the conditions are right. Mm-hmm. And we're just starting to see the beginnings of that. We're starting to see everything dry out after the big rains that we've had, and the rains lasted longer this year than normal, so we've got a little heavier fuel package than normal. Mm-hmm. Already had some fires in town. We had one fire yesterday. It was about 3 acres in size. It didn't show any problems as far as controlling the fire, but it's still, that's a pretty good sized fire for inside the city. It's bigger than we normally respond to.
Gregg County Fire Marshal Mark Moore is using a proven tracking method to determine when fire danger is imminent and burn bans are imminent.
The KBDI is something we can look at, and that's the fuel moistures that are out there in our vegetation, whether it be our small fuels all the way up to our larger fuels. We call they're doing it in 100-hour fuels or 10-hour fuels, and those different fuel ratios is what we look at. That being said, right now we've gone almost a month with no rain. Mm-hmm. So all that vegetation that was growing during the rainy season now is drying out, and as it dries out, it's going to get a little different in our environment around here.
So when that burn ban comes out, just don't burn. I mean, in the U.S., about 85% of wildfires are caused by they're human caused. Mm-hmm. So if we can do some of the things like not burning when there's a burn ban, if we can make sure we're not dragging our chains, making sure that if even before the burn ban hits, if we're watching and attending to those fires that we have burning outside of the, in the rural areas, mm-hmm. that'll help prevent some of the wildfires that happen in this area.
And there's also the element here that we have experienced during 2011, which is manpower and equipment. This takes resources to do, and it's also a drain on any department.
Absolutely. Your volunteer departments, they have trouble staffing every day anyways. And then in turn, what ends up happening is they start depending on us a little bit to supplement their response, which we're glad to do. But we're also, we struggle with our own issues here in the city. So
the big things that we really want to stress at this time of year is be cognizant of what you're doing outside. Campfires, burning trash. There's still people in the community that do that. Mm-hmm. Making sure that your tires are inflated on your vehicle. Make sure that if you're pulling a trailer that you're not dragging chains on the concrete, because that has sparks. Mm-hmm. That will cause its ignition source. And if we can limit these ignition sources, then that's how we can prevent having wildfires. Out west, they're already seeing some fires. So what's happening out there will eventually come to us.
A saturating rain would be helpful.
Absolutely.
At this point. But best case scenario is that just people be smart, be cognizant of the rules.
Be smart. Also, help us out. Create that defensible space around your house. We want, from 0 to 5 foot, we want nothing to be able to burn in that area. Keep your gutters clean. From that 5 to 30 foot range, let's keep everything, your trees limbed up, your grass cut. That'll make things, if in the event of a fire, it'll make things easier for us. All of East Texas is a wildland urban interface. Mm-hmm. There's nowhere that you can go that's big open land masses. So we're constantly dealing with that urban interface of the wildland, and help us out there. That'll make things, create better outcomes for all of us.
Okay, Dusty, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, and we'll have more on this story tonight on KLTV 7 News. For KLTV Web Extra, I'm Bob Hallmark.